Good morning, everyone. It is Kristin at Leftover Cake Chat, and I think I just froze. Hopefully I'm back. Let's try this again. Good morning. It's Kristin at Leftover Cake Chat. I think it's too cold in Florida even for my laptop to work. It is freezing for us Floridians. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir. I've got family in New England where it's cold, but I didn't sign up for this living here. Thankfully, I got this really cool hat with a ponytail holder from Santa. And so I'm a little bit warm, but I actually got a scarf on and the heat on. Crazy. So cheers, everyone. I hope you had a fantastic holiday so far. I'm drinking my Rev Clean Energy drink, bringing in the new year. Good morning, Laura from California, and it's 7 a.m. You're such a trooper. Laura is our wellness coach for the Bridal Retreat, always with us. I do want to take a minute. Erin will not be joining us today. Sadly, she is in Nashville, and I'm sure you've heard the news that they had some devastating situation happen there on Christmas Day, and so she is dealing with some stuff with her cafe. Thankfully, that is okay, but it was just a challenge getting around town. So we are just sending some love to Erin and to Nashville. What a year. They've had tornadoes, coronavirus, I even think a hurricane, and now this. So our hearts go out to Nashville this morning. Well, who got engaged? Oh my goodness, we're hearing so many crazy stories. I'm going to be posting them on Instagram throughout the week. Very cool stuff happening. I am not eating cake today, but I am eating a homemade whoopie pie that my aunt made for me. Actually, I'm not going to eat it because I'm going to have like whoopie pie in my teeth, and that's not going to be fun. But I'm going to eat it as soon as I'm done with you. I am dessert and food coma completely since Christmas Eve. It is just nonstop eating, I feel like. So back to the engagements. Some great stories. Will You Marry Me, written in the snow. And that was super sweet. Although, again, not a fan of the snow, but I think that was cute. And lots of proposals around the Christmas tree, family photograph, photo bombings with rings. So I can't wait to share some of those pictures with all of you over the next couple of weeks. As you know, the bridal retreat comes after the ring. So if you know someone that got engaged, the next step for them would be to start on their journey of healthy and happy wedding planning. So reach out to us at thebridalretreat.com. I also know that we still have a huge holiday coming up for engagement, which is New Year's Eve. It's not only another popular engagement time, but it's also popular for actual weddings. So a few notes to everyone that is considering perhaps a wedding next to New Year's Eve, because if you're considering one this New Year's Eve, I'm not sure I can actually help you. A little close. I probably could, but it would be a little challenging. So some cool things obviously happen on New Year's Eve that would be part of your celebration automatically because it's New Year's Eve. So we can think about fireworks. We can think about some type of crazy ball drop at midnight. We can think about confetti guns. I did a wedding with actual confetti guns once on New Year's Eve in Key West, and it was absolutely insane. It was so much fun. I think I was finding confetti and things for probably 3 to 4 months to follow. I will say on that note, unless the hotel is doing the confetti blast for part of their own event, you're probably going to want to read your contract carefully about the cleanup fee on any type of confetti or glitter bombs happening on New Year's Eve weddings. They are not easy to clean. And so that's one big thing that you want to ask about. The other thing you want to ask about is your cost in regards to timing after midnight. So a lot of legalities come with venues where you can only have a 4 to 6 hour open bar. That's a lot. And so if you're going over midnight, unless you're starting late, you probably are going to run into a situation where your bar is extended. So you definitely want to talk to your venue, talk to your bartender, your caterer. Hopefully you're using a planner. Your planner can take care of these details for you. But these are things that are very important to look at in your contract. Again, if you're New Year's Eve, you're probably wanting that midnight moment, and that is going to cause extension in not only your space rental, but also, again, your bar. And think of kids. So if you are inviting kids to the wedding, you're probably going to want to invite a babysitting service. Typically, if you just have a separate room in the hotel or a couple of suites in the hotel that people are already staying in as guests, you can invite in babysitters to take care of the kids at that point for you. That's late. You obviously don't want kids up past midnight. That would just be a challenge probably for everyone. And we always say that kids are great early on, but they get tired. So find out festivities for them like pizza, movie, craft clubs, things like that, that we can actually bring into the hotel room and take away from, not take away from the actual wedding festivities. So just a few little things there. You're also going to want to talk about room blocks, especially over a peak holiday time. That typically is obviously a very expensive time for hotel rooms. So unless you're doing a buyout situation where it's a complete buyout of a bed and breakfast or an inn or a smaller hotel, you definitely just want to talk about rates. And so you're in a good position right now if you're planning for next year or the following year. Obviously, you will be able to negotiate some really good rates early on. As you get closer to the date, closer to holidays is when things obviously start to book up and pricing starts to increase. So let's see, you're definitely probably going to want to do like late night snack. So if you have an early dinner, you're going to want to have some type of grazing to keep people going early, or sorry, yeah, I guess it would be early in the morning after midnight. So, think of like cute little type of mini things, mini grilled cheese and tomato soup shooters. Anything warm is fun at the end of the night. Little mini cheeseburger sliders. Chicken fingers and French fries is my favorite. And so if you were asking me, that's what I would choose to have as my midnight snack. You can also do fun things like a taco bar or a pizza bar or even a burger bar later at night and let people kind of make their own. But just giving some actual, food after dinner is just going to help them to continue on to celebrate with you into the new year. Transportation. So if you are not having everyone actually stay on site for your wedding, you are probably going to want to arrange transportation. We never want anyone to be drinking and driving. So there's so many options now with Uber ride passes, Lyft passes. You can arrange, depending on where you are. As we do a lot of destination weddings, there's always usually a trolley or some type of fun transportation that you can arrange for after. You can also arrange buses and things like that, depending on number of guests. So those are all things that we can help you with at Swivel Group Events, where we arrange wedding planning for you, day of, month of, full service wedding packages. And we also do virtual services. We always have as destination planners. And so we're happy to jump in and help now with you as well. So let's see, I'm reading my notes here just to make sure I've kind of covered the highlights. You want to obviously make sure that you're giving lots of notice. Again, it's really expensive to typically travel during the holidays. Not this holiday. Not many people are traveling. But you want to just make sure you're giving enough notice. People will have to take off time from work, especially through the holidays, and you want to be able to make sure they have enough notice to do that and join you. Unless, of course, this is one of my notes, if you are trying to cut your guest list down, you may want to just do your room block on your own, have your planner put your room block in place, and not tell guests until later on if you are trying to only have the very key small group of people that you want. So it gets political. You just want to make sure that if it is something you're keeping under your hat, you want to do that and tell your parents and try to keep your list minimal that way. So let's see what else is in my notes here. I guess that's it. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can obviously do for New Year's Eve, but you just want to make sure you find out what your venue's already doing, and that way you can incorporate that into your package as long as they allow it. It is a nice way, obviously, to get a fireworks show if they are holding fireworks at a venue, because those are very expensive. Typically, fireworks run about $7,500 for 5 minutes for any type of outstanding show. So that's something that's fun. If you're doing, like I said, the glitter bombs or any type of confetti, just, if you're doing it outside, just be cautious of the environment and things that you're letting go. I know someone asked me about the globe lanterns that you actually set off. I'm not really a big fan of them, only because, again, it's just the environment. There are probably some out there that you can buy that are a little more expensive that are biodegradable, and we're happy to source those for you if that is something that you want to do. So I'm not sure if I have any questions because I don't have Erin today, but if I do, let me just look through the questions at the end and I will answer them on the Leftover Cake Chat page. If you did get engaged and you're watching, or you watch this on replay, do a hashtag replay for us so we know. I want to invite you to our secret wedding group at Leftover Cake Chat. It is an open group right now. It is free. It is basically a safe place to come into and get started with your planning, ask all of your questions, be with other brides and find out what they're doing. I have been planning weddings for well over 2 decades. I read a lot of these blogs on Facebook and they drive me crazy. A lot of them are just these brides just tearing each other apart when they're asking sometimes about what a dress fitting looks like, or how about this color, how about these shoes, how about these flowers. To each its own, and please be kind to people. If it's something that someone loves, please take that into consideration and be respectful. If it's not something that you like, maybe you just choose not to respond instead of responding negatively. So my group, there's none of that allowed. People will be kicked out immediately. Come in, you have a safe spot. Maybe you are planning a surprise wedding, or maybe you're just not wanting anyone else involved in the details but you and your fiance. This is going to be a safe space. So that's all I've got in my little bundled up Sunday here. I'm going to take another drink and celebrate with you. I cannot believe that the next time I talk to you, it'll be 2021. Oh, it's going to be a better year for sure. And I'm going to end with my favorite napkin that I'm not even letting anyone use because I love it. Do not get your tinsel in a tangle. That is my theme for 2021, people. And I did get these cute little napkins from one of my friends that I'll start using in January for our cake chats. Time for cake. So exciting stuff happening. Follow us on Instagram, The Bridal Retreat. Follow us on Facebook, The Bridal Retreat and Swivel Group events. And of course, Leftover Cake Chat is every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can send your questions in advance, and I'm happy to answer them if you don't want to be live with me, but you are welcome to be live with me. So if that is something that you want to do and you have a lot of questions, just shout out and we make that happen. Okay, everyone, happy pre-New Year. Oh my goodness, I'm counting down the minutes now to end 2020. I hope you have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.